one day I was going in Nigeria, I was on a domestic flight, and a man sat beside me, and he turned to me and said, my daughter's come to your church. I said, oh, that's good. And then he began to speak about what he was doing. And he said he studied this, and the head of the department of that pastoral course he did in UI was my mother's best friend. So we started talking about it. So he turned to me. He said, one of the lecturers saved my life. I said, what do you mean? He said, I finished with the first class, and they retained me. So I came back, and I was doing master's. He said, and I was doing what I would lecture. He said, one of them, professor just called me, said, come. He said, what? He said, leave this place, leave this environment. He said, why? He said, until you are 65, we will look at you as a student. He said, the environment you are in, we will look at you, no matter how brilliant you are. He said, we will never see you in the capacity in which you really are. Leave us. Now, the chap left. He told me today, he said he traveled in England, he did masters. He said, there are only 2 of us or 3 of us in Nigeria that I was doing what he was doing. He said, this is what I'm doing. He said, that man saved my life. Look, young people see things in certain ways that if they are not allowed to express it, the same way that man told him, said, go and look for where you express it, they will just go out and go and look for where they will express it. And please, I want to say something here. That is not the plan of God. The plan of God is for 2 generations to see themselves. That's fathers to look at children, children to look at fathers. Because when they go and start all over again and make mistakes that they could have been helped with. But the elder generation has to create the atmosphere where they are liberated enough to be able to express themselves and do things.